I already gave story time number 1, right, y'all? So here goes story time number 2. Y'all not gonna believe this. This is a lesson for you to always trust your intuition. Always go with your visceral feelings that you get within your gut, you know, like within your heart chakra and all of that. Always. Because someone almost died because I changed my mind or something. Crazy, yo. Alright, so story time. Okay, so I was working out of town. I traveled for my job, right? And it was a long day. This is roughly maybe about like 8 o'clock at this point. I've probably been at the clock for maybe about 14 hours. But that's part about my job. I don't work the whole time. You see, I'm actually getting paid as we speak. So anyway, but this day was a hard day, right? And I also had a friend, because my boss, he told me to stay out of town, you know, I'm gonna get your hotel, blah blah blah. So he got me a room and everything, and I had dropped off my last person because ironically it's just like the sequence of events, like the synchronization of everything is insane, because I was actually supposed to be off around 5 something, but they got a mix up. They had mixed up something. It was some misunderstanding with pickup time. Long story short, I didn't get off to like 8 something, right? So I had my friend coming in town. He was riding his motorcycle out there, you know. So at this point, I'm just waiting to get off. So I go to Sheets, and I wasn't even gonna go. See, I was in a small town, right? I wasn't even gonna go to Sheets. But it was just the fact that you barely see like Sheets, Wawa, like the main gas stations or whatever in that side of town. It was just like I just went there just because it was Sheets. Like I didn't have to buy anything inside. I was just getting gas with the company car and the company gas card and everything like that. So yeah, so I went to Sheets. I mean, I got gas at Sheets. I was actually at the light facing it like this, and I was about to make the right turn, but I was like, oh, let me just go to Sheets. So I just went straight ahead. So this sequence of events, so me deciding to go to Sheets is what led to this ordeal, right? So fast forward. Alright, so I proceed and start pumping gas, right? And from like my peripheral vision, like I'm on the pump like this. And I see like 2 older white men walk by, and they were carrying like a lot of bags, right? Now, me in general, I am super heartless. I don't be talking about the ways I be helping the community and helping the homeless and ministering to elders and stuff. I don't talk about that on here. But yeah, so I do that a lot. Like a few weeks ago, I happened to be driving, and it was like some boots in the middle of the highway, right? And then like half a mile up from that was a guy walking with no shoes. So I had to stop. I was like, hey, are those your shoes back there? He was like, yeah, they actually don't fit anymore. So he was walking with his groceries, and he still had, and mind you, I had already passed him hours ago, and he was just now coming back home, probably like four hours later. So he was just coming back home. So I had gave him a ride and stuff. So I do stuff like that all the time. Like I just kind of use my intuition. Like, okay, you know, I have amazing intuition, just that divine chokma. All right. So I'll gauge whether this person seems like a threat or not. And if they are a threat, then that's going to be their, they're going to see who the real threat is. But anyway, because our job let us carry weapons and stuff like that. Like, anyway. So, okay, let me slow down. Back to the story. So yeah, I'm pumping gas, and I see these, I could tell they were older because they had like a little bit of gray hair, and they were carrying bags. And then I just instantly said, oh, let me give them a ride. But then I like at the same, within, I changed my mind. I made up my mind and changed my mind all in like 10 seconds. I was just like, oh yeah, they got all these bags and stuff. Let me give them a ride. And then the other part of me said, man, my friend already at the hotel waiting for me. He freaking came from hours away. Like, let me just hurry up and get to the hotel, because I don't know how far they have to go. That's one thing about it. They might have to go 15 minutes across town. They might have to go down the street. So pretty much I just went against my own intuition. And tell me why, not even a minute after I changed my mind, I heard a smack freaking sound. Tell me why, directly across from my pump, across the street, one of the guys got hit by a car. Man, it was instant regret at that point. I'm like, ah! Like, I'm just like, yo, I know. Oh my gosh, did I just directly / indirectly cause somebody to possibly lose their life? I just stopped everything I was doing and just ran across the street. And like, it was some foreigners driving, and they were just looking, just out of it, like Twilight Zone. Like, dude sitting there on the ground, is other people running up. It was just like a movie. It was. So the first thing I noticed, right? So I'm running up and I noticed some kind of like orange / green liquid, and it's like a big stream of it coming from his head. I'm just sitting here thinking, like, in the moment, because of everything going on, you're not thinking straight. So I'm just thinking, I'm like, is that, like, I'm thinking it's some kind of fluid in his body, even though I know that blood and cerebral spinal fluid and stuff isn't that color, but maybe he had like some alien blood or something. Anyway, so man, he was just laying, and you could see his freaking leg was all twisted. I'm like, yo, please. I started instantly freaking praying. Instantly. Like, instantly just sending him love, just sending him just healing. And everybody's walking up. And just like a movie, there's always that one person that comes out the woodwork like, I'm a nurse. Make sure you don't move him. He could be paralyzed or something. Make sure you don't move his head. Blah, blah, blah. I'm a nurse. And then, like, next thing you know, a second person comes out of nowhere. This guy just happened to be walking. So you a nurse and you, anyway. It was like, I used to do EMT or something of that nature. And yeah, he pretty much was saying the same thing. Everybody's just running up. Somebody like, yeah, I got a shirt or something. I got something for me to, like, put under his head. And yeah, it was just a hot mess, y'all. I was just like, I felt so bad. And his friends started freaking out. He like, I can't lose no more. I can't lose nobody else. I just lost this person and this person, and I just lost my car. And I'm like, he was just over there freaking out. And Lord help y'all. So at this point, eventually, and keep in mind, at first he was just laying there. So I'm just like, I'm just feeling so bad. So bad. So, eventually, the EMT, the fire trucks, everybody come, they close off the street and stuff. And the cops came, and tell me why they were not sympathetic at all. They were just telling his friend, was like, well, there's a crosswalk right there for a reason. Like, y'all were jaywalking. I'm sitting here thinking to myself, like, yeah, they right, but they freaking older. Of course they're gonna jaywalk. They were just they were crossing from the sheets to the freaking CVS. I'm just like, Lord help. Yeah, so eventually they came, and all praise to the Most High. He happened to be alright. His leg was messed up. And come to find out, tell me why. Tell me why that liquid that I saw was orange juice. Oh my gosh, it's just like the way it had perfectly burst. It was like under his freaking head and had made a whole stream across the road. And I'm like, yo. Because of course I felt bad, so I stayed there to help. And dude was like, asking, was like, can I ride with him, whatever. It was just like, no, blah, blah, like, that's not right, blah, blah, blah. And of course I did what the heck I was supposed to do the first time, and I offered him a ride. And this is the most ironic part about it. So tell me why their apartment building was directly across the street from my last drop off. I had dropped somebody off to the sleep center for a sleep study to stay overnight or whatever, right? And be monitored. And their apartments was not even like a quarter. It was like half a mile all together, just one turn straight to here. So they didn't even have to go far. And I'm just over here just second guessing myself, just acquiescing. But yep, that was a pivotal. Oh yeah, and then the crazy part is right before that I had actually saw like a UFO. Alright, so I was getting back in the car, and with my, like, I had my head slightly unturned because I had jumped from the back, from like the back of the van. So my head was like naturally just tilted. And from my peripheral vision, I seen like a laser in the sky. And it made me look up real quick. And directly after the laser, I just seen freaking just green. Like I've seen plenty of UFOs. I've seen plenty of shooting stars, but it seemed like a combination of both because it just didn't make sense. Like the trajectory that it went in comparison to all of the other shooting stars, falling stars, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, so that happened like right before that ordeal happened. So yeah, like, share, subscribe. I'm out. Like DJ Academics and stuff. But yeah, I'll probably come back on here later and talk about some deeper stuff. But I just wanted to do those 2 story times from my YouTube channel. Subscribe to me at, let me put it in the comments. Can I even comment? Like, the only comments are her comments saying hello. But yeah, I am Knox Box, but I spell box with 2 X's. Knox Box Official on YouTube. All one word. Definitely subscribe. I've been procrastinating, but not at the same time, because every time I would go to make videos, I would just get deeper and deeper information, just more evidence and more evidence. So I actually did record the explanation of my spiritual experience in relation to the evidence that I've found, and that's going to be part 1, right? But my evidence is going to tie directly to current events, and it's going to segue into just everything that's happening in regards to Nibiru, Tiamat, just like the fires, just the Great Reset, Project Bluebeam, all of that. So it's gonna be I have so much footage that all I gotta do is like chop it up and upload. I got a lot of videos, so what I'm thinking is I'm probably